Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming out today. Just gonna grab an image up here. Oh. Hey, everybody. Well, to talk about gender and beadwork, when I first started, I'll go back to like watching my aunts and my grandma bead at the kitchen table. That's where a lot of the beadwork sort of began. But, you know, the women were the only ones allowed to do the... There we go. Yeah, like being a young guy, I wasn't allowed to bead. I was allowed to go hunt. But I was allowed to throw around my grandma Sadie's potato that she had connected to a cable to get television on the res. So we'd get the potato and throw it around, but I was never allowed to touch the beads. So this is my very first geometric sculpture creation I created in 2015. It's called Silence No More. It's a beaded gag ball, and I'm pretty sure it's self-explanatory if you can just look at it. I had a dream of like how to do geometric beadwork when I was younger. 5 years ago, and I had a partner at the time, and they were pretty upset with me because he was a white male, and he was like, "Why are you appropriating one of our objects for the blue and black community," which was like a fetish community in Montreal at the time. So we'll just go over here for a minute. I'll show you more images. And this piece is called Spirit Berries. And it was to reconnect to the 18th century bandolier bags of the Ojibwe Nation down on the, sorry, I'm really shy right now, down on the Great Lakes. And I wanted to bring in the patterns from the ancestors, and I questioned myself with relationships to using these images and just like coming to terms with, with questioning that beadwork really doesn't have a gender when working with it. And as we're moving forward with the practice, we're having more beadwork artists come out and just getting people to all work together with it. And yeah. Oh yeah, I can keep going through here. Sorry, I'm just moving around, dancing around here. But to connect back to my grandma Sadie, this piece is called Medicine Woman Picking Sweetgrass. This was a legend she told me about Walpole Island. So I started beading the legend she told me. And I don't know if you can see it here, but there's a naked figure in the water picking sweetgrass, wrestling with these horned water serpents. And the sun's setting in behind it. And Ottawa tried to censor one of the pieces because the breasts were exposed on it. Where is it? This piece. Oh, where is it? Nibnabakwe here. But they didn't really catch this one. I don't know how that happened. I was like, okay. I didn't tell them. They're like, no, the other one's not appropriate. And so they put this one, and it's like probably this size under a bridge in Ottawa. I loved it. They were like, is it like this way or that way? I was like, no, it's anyway. I just love that they didn't get to censor that out there. But yeah, it's just like ridiculous that they wouldn't let me do Nibnabakwe because I wanted to do that one. But this one was a great one because it was like connected me back to relationships to the water and the Wingush. Yeah, and you can see her sort of just like spazzing out there with her hair. Just gonna go back over here. Ta, 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 ta. And then this one is called The Indian's Frozen Computer. And this is when I tried to take all figures out of the work, even though they ended up here with the horned midday wind figures here. And within that practice, women and men are considered equal in this society. And then when you sort of leave the reserve and come down to the city, things change. Yeah. And then, yeah, I just wanted to get all figures out there and reconnect to the computer. And then for this work, I had 2 figures that were chasing each other. And it was about these powerful water beings that lived under the lakes and would pull you in. And there's a male figure too, but the women were the more powerful ones in these legends. And then just full circle back to Silence No More, my first work. Yeah, that's all I have to really say right now, guys. I hope that was good enough. I got a little shy. Thank you.